It is wonderful to be back together with you. Thank you for coming by. I'm Kevin, and a viewer recently asked what I would do to create a garden hose hanger to put out by the hose bib. Well, I have these old wooden circles that have been in the project cave for quite a while, not being used, so they're perfect. I also picked up some dowel. Here's my take on that project. Ron Serrano, shout out to you. Thank you for the suggestion. Let's get to it. If you look at this wooden circle, it's clearly the used one. There are some screw holes and bolt holes. And what we're going to do is drill these out and plug it with 3/8 inch dowel. And that way, that's going to give us our best results when we go to drill the new holes to create the hose hanger itself. So let's start doing these plugs. So now it's time to cut our dowels. They're going to act as the spacers between the faces of our hose hanger. I put down a stop block and then I cut them to an approximate length of about 9 inches. I have a little slot right here in the table because this is some reclaimed plywood and that's just how I installed it. So I'm going to cut on the slot, and then once everything is glued up and dried, we'll trim the dowels the rest of the way and sand everything smooth, and it is going to look great. So let's get cutting. As you can see, I've retreated a few steps. You know, using the rubber mallet to seat that big circle on all those points, well, it didn't have quite the result I was looking for. So off camera, I got some new materials and returned us to the point of assembly. So let's get to it. Alright, a few coats of paint and this thing will be ready to go out into the backyard, keep that garden hose hanging up and out of the mud. I used the dowels, especially for the shelf, that way no water will collect on it and start it rotting because it is made out of wood, and even with paint, if you have sitting water, that's going to do a number on this thing. So I am very happy with how it turned out. I'm glad you got to see some of my mistakes, namely that these dowels need to go in one at a time. You can't hammer on that whole circle all at once, or else you get to build another one. Anyway, I hope, if nothing else, you take that from what you saw. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think with a comment below. I'm Kevin, and I'll see you next time in the Project Cave.